Hey there, it's Anita Avalos from AnitaAvalos.com, showing you a diet-free approach to loving your body and rocking your life. Today, I actually wanted to talk to you about a term that we use in the world of eating psychology and in psychology in general, and it's called symbolic substitute. It's a phrase I talk about with my clients, I do talk about in my work, and I really wanted to explain what that means and why that's important on your journey in health, weight loss, and making peace with your body and with food. So, the quickest way to explain a symbolic substitute, it's something that we put in place of the thing we might actually need, or maybe we don't even know we need it, when we feel that we can't get that thing. So it takes the place of what we might actually need, even if we're not aware of the need, and we try to take its place by using a symbolic substitute. We put this thing in place. Now, for a lot of my clients, and maybe even for you, it certainly has been the case for me at times in my life where I have used food, or they have used food, or perhaps you have used food as a symbolic substitute. Meaning when there was something else that you needed in your life, you used food to try to replace that. And the first thing that I want to say about that is that it actually makes a ton of sense. Most of us walk around with a lot of guilt and shame and self-blame when it comes to our issues with food, when it comes to our challenges with health, when it comes to our challenges with body image. We feel like a failure, we feel like there's something wrong with us, and we often feel very alone and as if we're the only ones going through it. But the truth is that I see this all the time. It's very common and it makes a lot of sense, especially when it comes to food. Because if you really think about it, from the moment you were just a baby, you got the message in your hardwiring, right? That food equals comfort, that food equals love, right? So, when a baby cries and reaches for their mom and asks for, food, mom feeds the baby feels good. And beyond that, okay, we also get the message all the time to replace an uncomfortable feeling with food, right? I can think of many times as a kid going to the doctor, when I was sick or getting a shot or something like that, and the doctor handing me a lollipop at the end. Or I remember going to the dentist as a kid, and at the end we would get a coupon for like a Happy Meal as a reward for coming in. So you make the connection, right? That uncomfortable feeling, unpleasant experience, food will solve it. Food will make me feel better. And it does make us feel better, at least temporarily. But long term, obviously, there can be consequences of that we may not like to see happen in our lives. But the important thing is to understand that it's filling an important role, it's doing an important job, and we have a good reason for doing that. I think that's really important, just to free yourself from the guilt and shame. Now, what other ways might we use it besides just an uncomfortable feeling or feeling sad or angry? Might also be when we're bored, right? When we feel creatively stuck, when we don't have a job that we want, when we don't kind of have the love and companionship that we want, we can use food in that way. Now, a lot of you have heard that, but the other thing I want to say about that is that we often also use dieting in that way. If you have chronically dieted over the years, if you've obsessed about food over the years, if you've been on the hunt for the perfect, diet, which doesn't exist, by the way, there can be slightly perfect in this moment, but for a lifetime, no. Bodies change, our needs change. That's a whole other video. But if you've gone on that search, right, and dieting, chronic dieting, or, really trying to always stick to super, super clean eating, okay, that's not to say that healthy food doesn't count, but if you get, boxed in by it, that's something to examine. That can also be a symbolic substitute. It can be, for dieting especially, can feel as if we are safe, right? I know the rules, I know what to do, I know how to, follow this protocol. That makes me feel safe in a world that may not feel safe. And maybe what I am longing for is safety, or it takes the place of a relationship, right? Well, I can't have this thing I want, but I can control my body. I can control what my body looks like and control what I put in my body that feels like a good thing to focus on, right? Feels like a worthwhile thing to focus on. Now, again, we're not talking about not taking care of our health or not eating healthy food, but what I'm saying is to be mindful of when we are using it in such a way as that it's trying to take the place of something we really need, and to explore that. It's a great question to ask yourself. I always say one of the best things we can do is ask ourselves better questions than we might be asking. So, for example, we might ask this question of like, why do I have this challenge with my body and food, as opposed to why am I so messed up about food? Why can't I get this right? To be interested in our challenges and how we might be using symbolic substitutes in our life, as opposed to going into guilt, shame, blaming ourselves. When we are curious, we have an opening where before there only existed a wall, okay? So bottom line, I hope what your big takeaway is to examine how you might be using food, dieting, perhaps other things. Sometimes we use over-exercising, right? We might use TV, we might use sex, we might use alcohol, right? There's other ways in which we can fill, but I think most of the people here coming to see me are interested around food, right? But we can examine those other areas as well. Sometimes it's even overworking, right? It's all those things. Addicted to social media, all those things. Interested in how we might be using a symbolic substitute and getting curious as to what you really need as an individual. What does your heart, spirit, mind really hunger for, so that you are actually filling your body, your life, your mind, and your heart with what it is truly hungry for. Ask yourself those questions, leave the blame behind, and see what opens up for you. See what information you get from yourself. Your body is wise, you are wise. It's just time to start to tune into that wisdom. And if I can in any way help you on that journey, I would absolutely love it. Feel free to contact me. You can email me, anita@anitaavalos.com. You can also go to my website, anitaavalos.com, for more videos, more articles, more information, and also my contact form, so we can set up a time to talk if you would like some guidance on your journey. But for now, I'll leave you with this. Listen to yourself, get curious, get interested, and I'll see you back really soon with some more tips and insights. Have a great day.